Hello, and this is Delia again, and I'm reading The Struggle. I'm on chapter 5, and this is part 2. So he argued with Mr. Tanner that night again. So what? Everybody argued with Mr. Tanner. So he disappeared after Mr. Tanner's body was found. He's back now, and it's pretty clear that he was attacked himself. He was attacked himself by the same person who committed the other crimes. Mary told the police about the condition he was in, and if they ever ask us, Matt and Bonnie and Meredith and I can testify how we found him. There's no case against him at all. Stephen and I talked about that and about other things. I was so good to be with him again, even if he did look white and tired. He still doesn't remember how Thursday night ended, but most of it is just as I suspected. Stephen went to find Damon Thursday night after he took me home. They argued. Stephen ended up half dead in a well. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what happened in between. I still haven't told him that. I went looking for Damon in the graveyard. Friday morning, I suppose I'd better do it tomorrow. I know he's going to be upset, especially when he hears what Damon said to me. Well, that's all. I'm tired. This diary is going to be well hidden for obvious reasons. Elena paused and looked at the last line on the page. Then she added, P.S. I wonder who our new European history teacher will be. She tucked the diary under her mattress and turned out the light. Elena walked down the hallway in a curious vacuum at school. She was usually peppered with greetings from all sides. It was, Hi, Elena. After Hi, Elena, wherever she went, but today's eye slid away furtively as she approached, or people suddenly became very busy doing something that required them to keep their backs to her. It had been happening all day long. She paused in the doorway of the European history classroom. There were several students already sitting down, and at the chalkboard was a stranger. He looked almost like a student himself. He had sandy hair, worn a little long, and the build of an athlete. Across the board he had written, Alaric K. Saltzman. As he turned around, Elena saw that he also had a boyish smile. He went on smiling as Elena sat down and other students filed in. Stephen was among them, and his eyes met Elena's as he took his seat beside her, and they didn't speak. No one was talking. The room was silent. Dead silent. Bonnie sat down on Elena's other side. Matt was only a few desks away, but he was looking straight ahead. The last two people to come in were Caroline Forbes and Tyler Smallwood. They walked in together, and Elena didn't look like the look on Caroline's face. She knew that cat-like smile and those narrowed green eyes all too well. Tyler's handsome, rather fleshy features were shining with satisfaction. The discoloration under his eyes, caused by Stephen's fist, was almost gone. Okay, to start off, why don't we put all these desks in a circle? Elena's attention snapped back to the stranger at the front of the room. He was still smiling. Come on, let's do it. That way we can see each other's faces when we talk, he said. Silently, the students obeyed. The stranger didn't sit at Mr. Tanner's desk. Instead, he pulled a chair to the circle and straddled it backward. Now, he said, I know you must be curious about me. My name's on the board, Alaric K. Salzman, but I want you to call me Alaric, and I'll tell you a little more about me later. First, I want to give you a chance to talk. Today's probably a difficult day for most of you. Someone you cared about is gone, and that must hurt. I want to give you a chance to open up and share those feelings with me and with your classmates. I want you to try to get in touch with the pain. Then we can start to build our own relationship on trust. Now, who would like to go first? They stared at him. No one so much as moved an eyelash. Okay, and I'll continue this. It'll be coming up part 3.